Well, hello, and welcome to the channel. How do I know you need a welcome? Because this is the first video to be uploaded to this channel. As such, I suppose a bit of introductions are in order. My name is Noah. This is my channel, SFT Hinterlands. SFT being an abbreviation for Sounds from the. I would have typed that out, but originally was going for just Hinterlands or Hinterlands Music, but apparently those were already taken, and typing that out would have been really long, and nobody likes typing out long usernames or the long URLs that they create. So, shortened it. Um, Pretty much today, going to be sharing with you. See a massive synth window up, but it's going to be sharing with you a sound that I developed in Massive, a bit of a tutorial for, in general. What you can expect to show up on this channel is going to be tutorials like this, interesting sounds that I find that thought up and discovered, um, and just as an aspiring electronic music producer, things that I ended up teaching myself, mostly self-taught so far. Been learning with Ableton Live and Data Instruments Massive, learning for about a month. Pretty much using just entirely internet and YouTube, so not exactly the easy way, but things that I would have wished somebody else to show me instead of banging my head into the program until shiny sounds popped out. Um, so things like that, and when I get some full songs completed, upload those, share them with you guys, and just cool audio design stuff. Anyway, today, what I want to show you is was playing around in Massive the other day, trying to learn to make good use of the noise oscillator, this guy down here in the corner. Um, and I ended up actually creating something not necessarily useful in every song, but nonetheless a pretty cool sound, and maybe you'll be able to make use of it. So pretty much, first thing we have is blank massive patch. Uh, Nothing interesting. Uh, Pretty much almost the whole sound pretty much almost completely relies on the noise oscillator. So you go ahead and maybe turn the noise or oscillator one off. Turn for the noise oscillator. The one you want to use is paper. Just let you know, this sound's gonna be kind of a thunderstorm with howling winds and rain and things like that. So using the paper setting for the noise oscillator and some macros, we're going to throw macro 2. Well, first let's see what that sounds like. Can't hear anything because amp is turned all the way off. So we're going to turn the amp on. Yeah, it sounds like paper being crumpled. But right, so we're going to bring the macro 2 over here, turn that down, set the range from 0 to 100. We'll see why a little bit later. So now when you do this, as you expect, changes the macro changes the color of the noise oscillator. So not too interesting, doesn't sound particularly thunderstormy. Another element of the sound is going to be the bit crusher insert. I can't hear it because it's all the way dry. Turn that all the way up to wet. Still can't really hear much of anything. Ah, there we go. Nice distortion, crackle stuff. But that's not what we're hoping for just yet. So turn that back down a bit. We'll get there. So the first thing we're going to do is get the paper noise oscillator sounding a bit more like thunder, which it doesn't right now, or right now. So we're going to use the scream filter and the daft filter. The scream filter, but well, actually both filters, the cutoff should be right around 11. Scream, let's turn that up to about mid, and the resonance, leave that also both about 11 for the time being. Still not particularly thunderstormy. So for the FX units, I'm going to use dimension expander and chorus ensemble. So dimension expander, the settings we want are all the way wet and 100% on the size knob. Chorus ensemble, 100% wet, all the way down on the rate, all the way up on offset and depth. So getting a little bit closer, can kind of hear the rumbliness. It just sounds a little bit closer. So, and of course we want to turn the volume up on the filter too as well. So you can kind of hear the thunder now. So, in order to make the sound come through better, turn up adjust the processing order of the filters. About 75% towards the serial side of the spectrum will work well. And then for the mix, that's going to be good. And I'm going to do, now that we've got our filters and FX units set up, we can come back to the bit crusher, find a good starting point. So we're going to have the start of the range where you can't get that crackle, or where you don't hear that crackle. And then we're going to turn the range up to where the crackle, well, it starts off as a hiss and goes to where you actually can hear it crackle in the hiss. Kind of sounds like the pattering of rainfall. For this one, I found that the insert goes best if it comes after filter 2. adjust the range a bit to account for that change. So now we've got most of the sounds set up. If you play it with the color macro, you can kind of hear the thunder. Sounds, turned up, sounds a lot closer kind of thunder sound. Whereas if you turn it down, sounds kind of more off in the distance, thundery. Okay. So, just for ease of reference, I'm going to name the macros distance and rain. So then another touch, we'll get to two more touches, but we'll start with this one, that you can add to this sound. I'm going to use macro 4 on the cutoffs and set up some ranges. So that's going to be our kind of wind intensity macro. Turn it up, sounds kind of more intense, stronger winds. Then we use the fifth macro on resonance, set up some ranges there. What we get is kind of a howling wind. You have the wind intensity, then you have this one is just like really strong howling wind. But it also kind of produces, if you alter the scream knob, kind of produces a vocal kind of sound, a little bit more than what we want for this particular sound. So what I'm going to do is turn this one up slightly. Because that gives us a nice howl sound. So we're going to have it somewhere around here, maybe. But so that it doesn't get to be too much if we have both of these guys turned up. We're going to put macro 4 on here as well, and then drag it back a little bit. So we're going to call that one howl for the howling effect, howling kind of windy effect. So if we turn all these down to most basic, we have distant thunder, kind of right on top of you sounding thunder, storms right overhead. You have your rainfall. You know, no rain. Lots of rain. And to get rid of that initial harshness, turn up the attack time. Found about here sounds good, but let's try. So that way you have a nice slow build up, no harsh kind of right when you play it. Almost kind of sounds like a wave at that point too. So I guess you could use it for that too. Versatile sound. But yeah. So got your distance, you got your rain, you know, no rain, a little bit of rain, more rain, tons of rain. You have your wind, howling, strong wind. Then you have not just strong, but howling strong. Howling strong sounds kind of ridiculous, actually, so we're not going to call it that. But you know what I mean. Anyway, so you got that. So you got a bunch of different things that you can change. course, once you throw this into a DAW or DAW, digital audio workstation, whatever you want to call it. I call it DAW because it's easier and because I do. So, yeah, once you throw it into a DAW and you can use the macros, draw envelopes to modulate these different things, change them throughout the course of a song, or if you just want the sound effect for use in something else, then you can do that too. Then, of course, yep, that's pretty much it though. So yeah, there you go. Got a thunderstorm with rain and wind and craziness. Um, if you have any feedback, think there's any way it could be made to sound more realistic or more accurate or just better, leave a comment, give feedback. If you like it, leave a comment, give feedback. Also like the video if you like it. Sounds obvious, but nah. And if you you thought this video was good and want to check out what I do in the future, once I get some songs done and all that sort of thing, then subscribe to the channel and that'll keep you up to date. Anyway, thanks for watching. My very first YouTube video, period, in fact. Never done a YouTube video before. In fact, recording this was kind of awkward. It's like sitting here talking to myself for like, God, it's been 22 minutes. That's a really long video. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, so I'm gonna shut up now. You heard the cool thunder sound effect, and that's what you came here for. So, enjoy. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.